The Last of Us Part 1 is causing a ton of controversy. Should you spend $70? Shouldn't you spend $70? Did they do enough? Did they do too little? I'm here to tell you that if you watch this particular video on Naughty Dog's YouTube channel or the PlayStation channel, and you see all of the different things that they've done to the game, the animation, the graphics, the sound, the haptics, the inclusion of the DLC. They've even redone that as well. Put it all together under the Last of Us 2 graphics engine to try and bring both of those games to parity with each other because they do tell one complete story. I personally think that they've done quite enough work to warrant my money. If they haven't done enough to warrant your money, you'd have to ask yourself, is it really that they didn't do enough, or is it some console war nonsense that you're caught up in? Because most of you are. I think that this game looks absolutely phenomenal, and I'm seeing a lot of people talk about, well, they didn't do enough. It's the same game, the same move sets. Joel moves the same. He doesn't move like people move in The Last of Us 2. Why is there no dodge? Why is there no prone? Let me ask you a question. Why is the grapple hook from Halo Infinite, why didn't they put that in Halo Anniversary? Why did Halo Anniversary not give Master Chief the moveset that he had in Halo 2, 3, 4, or 5? Why didn't they do that? Well, it's because in Halo 1, there was a very particular story being told at a very particular point in time when it comes to the Halo universe and Master Chief. So why would they change it? They're telling the same story. They're just trying to bring it into a more modern way of visually telling a story through the graphics and the sound. And that's the same thing that's happening with The Last of Us Part 1. Joel and Ellie and the world and the characters, all of these events took place already. So if Joel didn't dodge, if Joel didn't go prone, why would all of a sudden he be doing that in this game? It would be a completely different game. They're taking the same game, they're telling the same story, but they're doing it visually in a way that they couldn't do in the past. So I am super excited for this game. I think they've done more than enough just in the graphics and the animation and the AI and the haptic feedback with the DualSense, the 3D audio. I feel like they've done more than enough to warrant another playthrough of a game that arguably is one of the best ever created within that generation, let's say. I'm not going to go best ever entirely in the video game space, but in the generation that that game came out in, I think it was the best game ever, and I think it holds up even today. This is something that happens all the time if you're a console gamer in the console space. The idea of taking a game and just running it at a higher resolution or a higher frame rate, that's a very PC-centric thing. So, you know, if that audience is upset, they're saying to themselves, hey, I could just take this game and run it at max settings, at high frame rates and stuff like that. Great, go do that. But to get a different graphical presentation, to use an engine, an internal engine built for a specific platform like the PlayStation 5 that they did with The Last of Us Part 1, to iterate on that engine is something very unique to the console space. I like that, and it just keeps pushing things forward in that space. I'm a console gamer. I want that space to continue to thrive. And this is what remakes do in that space. Because, you know, the original, again, I'm going to go back to Halo. The original Halo looked great on the original Xbox, but when they did the Anniversary Edition, it looked much better, but they didn't change much of the gameplay mechanics because why would you? You want to honor that original game. You want to stay true to that original game's vision, but be able to push the storytelling and the immersion forward through the visuals. This is why I don't instantly react when I see a video or I see a leak. I'm not interested in making videos just to get you riled up so that you watch, so that I can get views, so that I can have ad revenue. I don't need any of that. I'd rather wait and get information and look at something a few days, even if it takes 3-4 days for things to settle down. It's always best to wait to see exactly what is being done and how good or bad things look. And I don't think this game looks bad at all when you factor in everything that they're doing. I mean, they're actually even going in and reworking the AI a bit so that when you're playing the game, yes, it's not changing what happened in the game, but it's giving you a little bit more immersion and matching up to that gameplay in The Last of Us Part 1, but it's not taking the gameplay changes for the main characters and implementing them in Last of Us Part 1, because I don't think that would be honoring exactly what happened in the story with the characters in that world. I feel enough has been done with this game to warrant another playthrough. I'm excited to purchase it. I don't care if you spend your money on it or you don't. You can buy whatever you want. You cannot buy whatever you want. But when it comes to looking at work done in the video game space, when it comes to video games and appreciating them, when it comes to moving them forward, when it comes to taking IPs and trying to match them to their sequels, trying to make one holistic game and world look the same, feel the same, I think they're doing a great job with this series. I'm interested again in The Last of Us Part 1. I like it better than The Last of Us Part 2. And I think that this is going to do very well. And I think it's also going to get people interested in the entire story with the HBO special coming up. So let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. I'm excited to play it again, and I can't wait to go through the story again with the visuals from The Last of Us 2. Thanks for watching the video. See you in the next one.